Hello, my name's Aaron Young with Runde Auto Group in Manchester, and behind me is the new 2021 Bronco Sport Badlands. I'm going to flip this around because it's cold out here. We'll get done with the outside stuff first. So the Bronco Sport Badlands, and first of all, the Bronco Sport is not the bigger Bronco with the doors that come off, that come in 2-door and 4-door. Bronco Sport is fixed roof, fixed doors. I mean, you can take them off if you're that aggressive, but it's the smaller SUV. So the 2021 Bronco full size will be out later this summer, probably midsummer. But this is the 2021 Bronco Sport Badlands. This is considered like their most off-road capable Bronco Sport edition. It's got a lot of little neat features. I mean, tow hooks, things like that. It sits up a little higher, has more aggressive suspension to it. This has LED headlights, and the wheels are different. You also get the black roof. This one is outfitted with our stickers because it's a service loaner vehicle. Part of their program where they allowed us to have one sooner was we had to dress it up for, so like it's got the Yakima rack on it. This rack is outfitted with a ski rack. I think it works for snowboards as well. We're getting another one that's going to be set up for more what Manchester likes, and that's water park. So it's going to have a kayak rack on it, which and an awning actually, so it's pretty cool. But what's really neat about these is even though this is the little Bronco Sport, it still has that old retro front end to it. You'll see it's even got a front camera with a washer on it. So I'll just do a quick walk around on it. And it does have some styling cues from the Bronco of the past, from like the 60s, the mini smaller Bronco, which is cool. It also has kind of a feature that you don't see that much anymore. So it has, you can open up the door, but you can also open up the glass. And what is this useful for? Well, if you get a lot of groceries, you can put a lot of stuff in there without it spilling out. Let me get this opened up. Of course, it's got a backup camera, backup sensors, and they have some neat little features. So like up here is an adjustable light. You can turn it on, and then you can direct the light wherever you want. So if you're working out back of your tailgate, then it's got, 110 volt outlets, 400 watts. There's one here. There's one behind the console as well. Of course, 12 volt outlet. And it actually features an actual spare tire. That's nice. You see a lot of vehicles now going to inflator kits. And that's because statistically they show that most tire flats or punctures, you can fix it with that. Let's hop inside because it's a little chilly out. With this, also the Badlands, let's see, here's a key fob. It has a remote start, and it does actually notify you when the remote start is lit up. With this key though, if it's in your pocket, you can unlock and lock the door just by touching the handle. Maybe you can hear it. Ford also has this keypad on here. I don't know if this will show up, where you just enter your own code, so you can lock the keys in the vehicle. Kind of scan over the interior, not be too shaky because it is cold out. And if my mom's watching this, I'm sorry. I'm not wearing a jacket. Now I'm 6'2". I put the seat where I'm comfortable. There is still leg room in the back. I adjusted that passenger seat, and I'll hop in the back and show you what I mean. So this one's loaded with a lot of safety features. I mean, standard, they have the Ford 360 on the Badlands package. So what that includes is pre-collision assist with emergency braking. So if something were to pull out in front of you, the vehicle will brake on its own. Kind of scary, but they do it. A lot of vehicles have that now. Blind spot monitoring with cross traffic alert. That'll be the little indicators. I don't know if it'll show up in the mirror. Right there. Lane keeping system. We'll see that right here. You can turn that on and off. And with Ford system, they use electric assisted steering. So when the lane keeping system works, it actually nudges you back to where you need to be. There's also another feature with that electric steering I'll get to in a minute. This one in particular has the Ford 360 Plus system on it, which includes adaptive cruise control. You can see it should be right here. Control, turn that on and off. The one right below that We'll get to that in a second. Well, that's part of the adaptive cruise. What is that? That's lane centering. So as your vehicle is slowing down and speeding up on its own, it also will center the vehicle. It makes it just easier driving. Let's see here. Evasive steering. That's another thing. It's part of, so not only the vehicle will brake in an emergency situation, it'll actually steer out of the way. Part of that 360 plus system is the voice activated navigation. This right now is on full screen mode. The home mode will kind of split it up, show you what radio station you're on. It's pretty easy and pretty fast actually. The old systems were kind of slow. Excuse me. With this being the Badlands, so with the Badlands model, what this has is called GOAT modes. That's go over any terrain mode. It also has, you can lock the four-wheel drive into place, you can lock the rear diff. This is basically cruise control for off-roading. So like in a slow speed trail situation, you can set the cruise to like 4 or 5 miles an hour, just leave it. That way you're not on and off the gas so much. But the GOAT modes I'll show you. Let me put the camera right there. It does do a neat little graphic. So it has a sport mode. That changes the shift point. So it holds gear longer, holds the RPM up a little higher. It actually changes the exhaust note too. Now it's not done through a physical exhaust, doesn't do an exhaust cutout. It's pipes the sound through the speaker system. So we'll get out of sport mode. Eco mode, that's for like everyday driving. Shifts a little sooner. And then normal, well, that's exactly what it is. Get a little Bronco symbol. Mud and ruts, that'd be a fun one to play with. You'll see it automatically turns the four-wheel drive system on. It locks the four-wheel drive in. We'll switch to that, to sand. Not a whole lot of that around the Midwest. Again, it locks the four-wheel drive in on its own. And then we'll go to rock crawl mode. I don't know if I would take a brand new Bronco Sport rock crawling. That turns the four-wheel drive system on. It also engages the rear locker. You can see it in the little icon below the four-wheel drive symbol. And then I'll flip it back over. Slippery. Well, that's something we need about this time of year. So like slippery mode, instead of it starting off in first gear, it starts off in second gear. It shifts a little sooner, keeps the RPMs low. So it is actually pretty effective. This one does happen to have, well, not all the Badlands models have this. So it's a dual climate control, heated seats for the front, heated steering wheel, which is really nice. It does have a wireless charging station right here. The shifter, everything's dial now. It does have a manual mode that you can select. You flip that on and now you can do these little flappy paddle shifters right here. Let me put that in park before I jump out of the vehicle. It does have a B&O sound system. I think it's 10 speakers with a subwoofer. Obviously console. Seats, color-wise, people have said it's kind of a like it or hate it look. It is leather on the outside. This is more of a suede. What I'm going to do is I put this seat to where I was comfortable. I'm 6'2". Let me jump out of here. Yes, the vehicle will tell you you took the key out. So just to show you, this is where, like if I were to sit in the front passenger seat, I don't have it, you know, pushed all the way up, but this is comfortable for me. Oh yeah, these vents are kind of fun. I don't know. I had a hard time like wondering what was this little dial for. That's just to shut it on and off. And then it's just like a joystick. You direct it around. The full-size Bronco is going to be similar to that. Oh, and this color is called Area 51. So, keep in mind I am 6'2", so I'm not exactly short. Let me see if I can unzoom it. That'll help. There. So, yeah, it's a little cramped, but it's not bad actually. You know, if I had to ride in this, I would say it's a little bit bigger than Escape. Definitely more room than that. Be a little bit similar to Jeep Cherokee and something in that size for space. Do have some nice pockets back here. They have the molly webbing, which if you've ever been in the military, you understand what that is. And then another 110 volt, 400 watt outlet. It's pretty sizable, 400 watts. This one does have a sunroof. It's pretty well, this is fully decked out. So we do have another one coming. We actually have, I believe, 5 or 6 more on their way. I don't know if I mentioned part of this package is the black roof. So, but anyway, thanks for watching. And if you have any questions, get a hold of us at Runde Auto Group. Be happy to help you. Thanks.